Hello and welcome. You're watching the news. I'm Gargi Rawat. Thanks so much for tuning in. Coming up ahead, the Prime Minister participates in Yoga Day celebrations at the UN headquarters. We'll get you all that happened over there. Also, Elon Musk has said Tesla is coming to India soon. And the Enforcement Directorate raided a close aide of Aditya Thackeray. All that and more coming up ahead. Let's first take a look at the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the Yoga Day event at the UN headquarters on the 9th Yoga Day. Says yoga is universal, free from copyright. Stars, diplomats, political leaders join the Prime Minister. He now heads to Washington, D.C., where the state visit will officially begin. On arriving in New York, the Prime Minister holds a meeting with Tesla founder Elon Musk, who says he's excited about India's future, also says he's confident that Tesla will be in India soon. On the day the Prime Minister arrived in the US at the UN, India slams Chinese efforts at blocking Indian attempts to list the Mumbai terror attack mastermind as a globally designated terrorist. The Enforcement Directorate conducted raids at 15 locations in Mumbai today in connection with an alleged COVID center-related scam. Several people raided, including businessman Sujit Patkar, a close aide of Aditya Thackeray. A look there at Yoga Day celebrations across the country as well as in New York. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today started his second day of his US visit by leading the yoga event at the United Nations building in New York on International Yoga Day. This is the 9th International Yoga Day. Now, the Prime Minister addressed the gathering, which included several stars, diplomats and political leaders, as well as several prominent personalities. He said yoga is unifying. It is truly universal. It's for all ethnicities, faiths and cultures. Later, the Prime Minister will be leaving for Washington, D.C., where the state visit will officially begin. He will meet President Joe Biden and attend the state dinner. Let's listen into what he said.
You are peace.
Yoga is free from copyright, free from patents, and free from royalty payments. Yoga is adaptable to your age, gender, and fitness level. Yoga is unifying. It is for everyone, for all ethnicities, for all faiths, and for all cultures. Yoga is a way of life, a holistic approach to health and well-being, a way to mindfulness in thoughts and action.
And NDTV's Amar Siddiqui is there and she's tracking the Prime Minister's US visit. She sent us this report from the UN headquarters.
Right here behind me in the United Nations headquarters North Lawns, we can see 1,000 people performing the yoga at the International Day of Yoga, the 21st of June, being led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi here, an event for which all missions of the United Nations were given an invitation. The UNGA President is participating in the event today, along with several celebrities who have been invited as well. The asanas being performed here by the people, and after this event is over, the New York leg of the Prime Minister's visit will be over, and he is heading to Washington, D.C. after that, which is going to be the main part of his visit to the United States, because that's when the state visit really starts. On the 22nd is when he will be meeting President Joe Biden for a bilateral meeting. He will also be given a guard of honor, considering this is a state visit. We are expecting some big announcements in the defense sector as well as in the technology sector. In the defense sector, at least 2 deals, the joint and co-production of the GE jet engines with HAL India that will be used in its latest version of the light combat aircraft. If that happens, that really is a big deal, because it might build the ground for technology transfer, considering that India has laid stress on Make in India and Atmanirbharta as far as defense sector is concerned. The other important deal could be a buyer-seller, a purchase of the American drones that India requires at the moment. In the tech sector, we are looking forward to some more development as far as semiconductors are concerned. Both the sides have started the initiative on critical and emerging technologies, and they will take that forward with several announcements in the times to come. As far as the other events of the Prime Minister are concerned, in Washington DC, he'll be addressing a joint session of the US Congress for the second time. That evening, that is 22nd evening, is when state dinner will be thrown for the Prime Minister as well by President Joe Biden. He will also be meeting young entrepreneurs and the Indian diaspora on the 23rd before he wraps up his visit to the United States. With camera person AJ Joseph, this is Maha Siddiqui in New York for NDTV.
Now, shortly after he arrived in the US in New York on Tuesday, the Prime Minister held meetings with nearly 24 thought leaders from various fields, from science to economics as well. Now, significantly, he met Tesla founder and Twitter's new owner, Elon Musk. This is the first time the Prime Minister met Elon Musk since he took over Twitter. Now, after the meeting, Elon Musk said that he's a fan of Prime Minister Modi's and that he's incredibly excited about the future of India.
Well, I'm actually incredibly excited about the future of India. I think India has more promise than any large country in the world. He really cares about India because he's pushing us to make significant investments in India, which it is something that we intend to do, and we're just trying to figure out the right timing. In a nutshell, it was a fantastic meeting with the Prime Minister. I can say he really wants to do the right thing for India. He wants to be open. He wants to be supportive of new companies. And obviously, but at the same time, make sure it accrues to India's advantage, which is, obviously that's the job. I'm saying I am a fan of Modi, so I have to say that.
All right, what's created quite a stir here is Elon Musk saying that Tesla will be in India as soon as humanly possible. So just how significant is that commitment? And what does this mean for India's industry and the government's manufacturing push? Let's take a look at what Elon Musk said, and Sakshi Bajaj gets us the significance.
I'm planning to visit India next year.
Are you planning to invest in India?
I'm confident that Tesla will be in India and will do so as soon as humanly possible. I'd like to thank the Prime Minister for his support, and hopefully we'll be able to announce something in the not-too-distant future.
Are you looking to invest in India, Elon?
Yes.
How soon can we have Tesla in India?
Well, we don't want to jump the gun. We don't want to jump the gun on an announcement, but I think it's quite likely that there will be a significant investment and relationship with India in the future.
That's big news. What made you change your mind?
I've never changed my mind.
How was your meeting with the Prime Minister?
I have to go, guys. Thank you. It was an excellent, very good conversation.
Coming soon, Tesla in India. That's what the spotlight is on after Elon Musk and Prime Minister Modi met, and Musk said he's excited about India's future. Remember, this comes after previous roadblocks, and now in a big breakthrough, the Tesla CEO has said he is confident Tesla will be in India as soon as possible. While this is a significant development for Tesla and for India, this is a big boost to the electric vehicle market, segment altogether, auto ancillaries and its sustainability goals. While for Tesla, it means diversifying supply chains beyond China and tapping onto market opportunities across the globe. So what were the hurdles or roadblocks earlier? Tesla's request for additional incentives, along with India's suggestion that Tesla produce higher content locally, were the key differences earlier. While the fine print is still awaited for now, the announcement really comes as a significant move.
And as the Prime Minister arrived in the US at the UN, India slammed Chinese efforts at blocking Indian attempts to list the Mumbai terror attack mastermind as a globally designated terrorist. India denounced China's move to block a proposal at the UN to designate a Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorist, Sajid Mir, who's wanted for his involvement in the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks as a global terrorist. Now, in a sharply worded statement, India said if the proposal did not get through despite several member states co-sponsoring it, India said we have righteous reasons to believe that something is genuinely wrong with the global counter-terrorism architecture.
But when the proposal for listing him did not go through the Security Council sanctions regime, we had strong reasons to believe that something was genuinely wrong in the global sanctions regime, as manifested in the Security Council. If we cannot get established terrorists who have been proscribed across global landscapes listed under the Security Council architecture for pure geopolitical interests, then we really do not have the genuine political will needed to sincerely fight this challenge of terrorism.
Well, news now from Maharashtra and the onion crisis for farmers there. After investing thousands in their crop in the market, they're receiving only 2.5 rupees per kilo for onions. And this despite assurances from the government, nothing has changed for the farmers on the ground. Traders say it's not just Maharashtra, farmers in other states are also growing onion, and this is the reason why the demand for onion has come down.
Balasaheb Pawar from Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra grew onions on his 3-acre land at the cost of 40,000 rupees per acre. But with the market price now at 2.5 rupees a kilo, he will barely make 15,000 rupees for an acre of crop. Naturally, he's upset.
प्याज करने में ये शासन ने जो अनुदान भी नहीं दिया और ये 3 एकड़ में 75,000 इसका तोटा हो गया.
Onion farmers are bearing the brunt of a bumper crop leading to a glut. Traders say not just Maharashtra, farmers of other states are also growing onions, due to which demand from Maharashtra and other states has come down.
5 महिने झालं आमचा कांदा अक्षरशः काडी मोलितो शासन आमच्याकडे लक्ष देत नाही.
महाराष्ट्र में जितना उत्पन्न इसके पहले होता था उसके ज़्यादा भी उत्पन्न अभी कर्नाटक, तमिलनाडु, केरल उधर स्थानिक हो रहा है. इसके लिए उधर जो इधर से कांदा खरीद करके खरीदार जो बेचते थे वो कम हो गया. बोले इसकी वजह से उसके जो रेट जो कम आ रहे प्याज के.
In March this year, farmers marched 110 kilometers from Nashik to Mumbai demanding the right price for their produce as well as help to tackle the impact of low price of onions. The government assured farmers that they will be helped in an attempt to convince them to end their protest.
सरकार इंटरवेन करेंगी और किसानों को राहत देगी, इस प्रकार का लिखित स्वरूप में आश्वासन दिया था. लेकिन आज जब किसान बहुत संकट में है, 2 रुपए प्रति किलो की दर से अपनी प्याज बेचने के लिए मजबूर है, सरकार कुछ नहीं कर रही.
Farmers' leaders are upset with the government as there has been no change in the condition of the farmers, despite promises. While the government promises relief to the farmers, the question is, when will the promise of financial assistance from the government come through? With Sagar Dusal in Ahmednagar and Sohit Mishra in Mumbai, Sneha Koshi for NDTV.
Political fireworks in Mumbai ahead of the BMC polls. The Enforcement Directorate today conducted raids at 15 locations in Mumbai in connection with a money laundering case which is connected to COVID centres. Now, the raids were against businessmen Sujit Patkar and Suraj Chavan and others who are close associates of Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray leader Sanjay Raut and Aditya Thackeray.
BMC elections are expected in the next 4 months. But the fireworks have already begun. This morning, the Enforcement Directorate raided 15 premises, of which one was the residence of Aditya Thakray's personal secretary, Suraj Chavan, and the other belonged to the key aide and close friend of Sanjay Raut, Sujit Patkar. The reasons behind the raids: an old complaint by BJP leader Kirit Somaiya, which was converted into an ED case. Let me explain what the scan is all about. In February last year, BJP leader Kirit Somaiya had approached the Mumbai police with a complaint. That complaint was against a hospital called Lifeline Hospital Management Services. Now, this new company, it seemed, was formed only on papers, and this company was awarded a lot of contracts to the tune of 100 crore is what the allegation of Kirit Somaiya is. The person who is the main managing partner in this company is Sujit Patkar, who is a very, very close aide of Sanjay Raut. Now, Lifeline was awarded contracts for half a dozen COVID jumbo centers that had come up during the tenure of Uddhav Thackeray as the chief minister between 2019 to 2022. The company allegedly only existed on paper when the contract was awarded to it, and this Lifeline Hospital Management Services allegedly is just a bogus false company. Only after the contracts were awarded to it that it started giving documents about its registration. Even right now we are being told that the documents are not in order. Now the BMC officials were allegedly aware about this Lifeline company and its bogus status, and even then this was done. What is very interesting is the Pune Municipal Corporation had allegedly blacklisted this company, and yet the BMC went ahead and gave it 21 different contracts. The FIR, of course, been registered in August 2022. Later, the ED started probing, and currently what we are being told is that bureaucrats, some private companies, some private officials, PS of Aditya Thackeray, etc., they are all under the scanner. Very importantly, the former BMC commissioner, Mr. Chahal, Iqbal Chahal, has already been questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in this case. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. A recent CAG report has pointed towards irregularities worth 12,000 crore. This week, the Maharashtra government has formed an SIT to probe the matter.
ज्या भ्रष्टाचाराच्या संदर्भात सीएजीने आपल्या रिपोर्टमध्ये भ्रष्टाचार झाल्याच्या संदर्भातलं सूतोवाच केलं, आता त्याच्यावर काल माननीय मुख्यमंत्र्यांनी चौकशी तयार केली आहे, SIT तयार केली आहे.
While the Shiv Sena's tenure in BMC ended a year ago, work is going on under the supervision of BMC administration till the elections are held. After Chief Minister Shinde ordered an inquiry, former Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray alleged that in the last 1 year there have been many scams in the BMC and 7,000 to 8,000 crore rupees have been used by the administration from the BMC's fixed deposit.
स्थिति हुई है कि खुद ने चोरी की है, चोरी कर रहे हैं, दिन दहाड़े कर रहे हैं, और इसीलिए हम 1 तारीख को मुंबई की ओर से, मुंबई की जितने सारी जनता है उनकी ओर से मुंबई महापालिका पर हम मोर्चा लेकर जाएंगे.
Now this fight between the two factions of Shiv Sena is to establish themselves at the BMC. While Uddhav Thackeray has so far successfully managed to keep majority of his councillors with himself, in the last few months, Eknath Shinde has been trying to make his place in Mumbai by overseeing projects like the MTHL and the coastal roads. In the race to get in power at the country's richest municipal corporation, both the factions are accusing each other of corruption. In Mumbai, with camera person Rajendra Dayalkar, Sohit Mishra, NDTV.